Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting news going on when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro, the Switch 2, and well, maybe a potential brand new Xbox as well. Now, we're gonna go talk about this because basically these Chinese people are now, well, making brand new consoles, making brand new parts, and apparently shipping out all the various parts needed for these consoles. Now, we've also seen some other outside contracts too as well from things like Nvidia, etc., who have been making internal chips for these upcoming consoles. So it does kind of seem like, once again, they're all getting closer and closer and closer to becoming an actual reality and actually being released. So let's go talk about the fact that the PS5 Pro is apparently now being made. Apparently the fact that we've also seen some demos out there, like basically the dev kits, and we've touched on about that in separate videos. And let's just go yap about this a little bit and give you guys my thoughts. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch and down below if you guys want to follow, and of course, let me know your thoughts on any of this down below. So first and foremost, we've been seeing an article and kind of a lot of things floating around as of today in these past few days, talking about how the PS5 Pro has actually already been in process for mass production of the console itself. Same thing too as well with the Switch 2, where we've now been seeing the initial rumors that they're actually being mass produced and mass made as of right this second. So I think there's a few things. So first and foremost, I want to kind of highlight this before we fully dive on in, where the PS4 Pro, and I just want to highlight the announcement dates and actual proper release dates. So apparently the PS4 Pro was announced on basically 09/07/2016, and then also launched then at 11/10 of 2016. So think about it that way, it's basically 2 months later. So they announced it, they talked about it, and then it was basically launched then 2 months later. And a lot of people have been kind of curious on if it's going to be real or not, if the PS5 Pro is coming out. And I still want to say and stress this, it all depends on PlayStation. Same with the Switch 2. Like, Nintendo's basically confirmed that the Switch 2 is coming very soon, within the next probably 12 months. But the PS5 Pro has had no official things when it comes to PlayStation or Sony so far. And that's an intriguing thing to note because we're hearing rumors of a September release, and that's literally next month. Some people are now maybe rumoring that it'll be maybe pushed back and announced in September, and then released maybe later on. And if we kind of go by that 2-month period, which we don't know exactly what. It all depends on PlayStation at the end of the day. September announcement, 2 months later, October, November, that would probably be perfectly timed for the 2024 holiday season, which would just make a lot of sense. It just generally does. It makes sense. So I'm intrigued. I'm excited, and I think it'll be coming out soon. Now, once again, though, it could be delayed until early next year. Xbox doesn't seem to have a direct competition with it. Mainly, we're hearing more rumors on the Xbox refresher. We already had the PS5 Slim refresher, so we were waiting for the Xbox refresher itself. So in theory, they could wait a little bit on the PS5 Pro. But intriguing things to note is that a Chinese chip supplier, Trend, has now been stating that it's been shipping integrated circuits for the new PlayStation and Xbox and Switch consoles, pointing now to the PS5 Pro and Switch 2. So Chinese chip maker Trend, known as Zhuiquan Electronics in China, has seen a quarterly spike in sales thanks to the new PlayStation, also Xbox, and Nintendo Switch models. Because we got this information from the fact that they're trying to go and make, they're like, hey, here's our stock quarterly numbers. So why do we randomly make another $100 million or whatever number it might have been? Well, it's because of these brand new huge deals we have with PlayStation, Xbox, and the Switch. Basically working with chips and making things, supplying things, making things are worked on out. Makes sense because they at some point have to go and mention this. If you're a public-facing company, you have shareholders, at a certain point you have to be like, hey, we made an extra $100 million, because then the stock price goes up because the overall company is more profitable because overall long-term revenues are going up, and then obviously they've made money from contract sales or will make money from contract sales. So it does appear that the PS5 Pro is now officially being made. Now, we have also seen, I think the article touches on it, I think we have actually seen that the PS5 Pro has already been out in the wild for a while. I've touched on that in separate videos, and basically people are trying to prep up for any game that might be coming out, whether it's old school games that are being ported forward, so basically having a chance to upgrade for ray tracing and better resolution, or as well maybe just PlayStation Studios games trying to make the next God of War or next Last of Us Part 3 or whatever it might be, and then integrating that with the console. I think Sony and Nintendo are gearing up for the respective new consoles, the PS5 Pro and the next Switch successor, formerly known as the Switch 2. Mass production of the new systems is apparently underway, with Sony having already shipped thousands of pounds of PS5 Pro development kits throughout 2022, presumably readying the new high-end souped-up ray tracing machine for its purported 2024 launch. Now, once again, though, even though they've already been shipping out thousands of these PS5 Pro kits, we've heard the rumors of that. So apparently that's also somewhat separate. Like, basically, that's like, you don't have to make the console. The outside of the console design can change, and as long as the internals are the same, which is very easy to maintain that. Typically, consoles are slightly dated compared to PCs. Like, it's very easy for these developers to be like, okay, this is what we decide on before mass production. Let's start cooking. Let's start making games. And at the end of the day, it should be all around good. So that's fine. And then they try to make more proper consoles. But it seems like the mass production already seems to be starting with the Switch and also for the PS5 Pro. While neither Sony nor Nintendo have really discussed either of their upcoming PS5 Pro or Switch 2 consoles, other companies are giving out a few clues. Chinese chip maker Welltrend has apparently mentioned new models of PS5, Xbox, and Switch have boosted the company's Q3 power management integrated circuit or PMIC orders. Chinese news sites Money DJ attended an investors briefing where Welltrend CEO briefly mentioned the systems, saying, looking forward, so basically they're trying to say like, hey, the future of our company, the future of our stock, this is why they're bringing it up in the first place, looking forward to the market outlook. In the field of power management IC, Welltrend CEO Lin Chengtao said the game console application orders have rebounded since the third quarter. Basically saying they're getting a lot more brand new orders, which is also, let's go and highlight this and kind of set it straight. We have not seen a lot of sales from the PS5, Xbox, or Switch. All three on record have stated that their projections are lower. They're not making as many consoles and they're not selling as many consoles. So why would there be a random rebound of these brand new things? Well, what do you think? Including the introduction and shipment of new models of PS5, Xbox, and Switch consoles. While personal computer applications have shown moderate growth, so think like laptops or iPads, and in the electronics industry, driven by rising demand during the peak season, sales are expected to increase. And as well, they have to start making them at some point to start selling them. Like, they're not going to start making 5 within the first time the first 5 orders are made. They're going to make like 1 million to make sure that they have supply, and then maybe make more over time if they can, or make 50,000 a week and then they stockpile 1 million, and then they have that continuous out, like, stuff kind of just ongoing over time. So saying, what about the mention though of the new Xbox, which is kind of intriguing. Does this point to a new Xbox console refresh, or maybe refers to this brand new digital only set-top box that Microsoft had been working on since 2016, which was originally called Project Hobart, but then morphed into Project Keystone. So it's possible that Chengtao is referring to Keystone, the smaller scale digital only Xbox that's purely just for cloud gaming, which if you guys have remembered that one, we even had a USB stick a while ago from Xbox. And basically with all of those, that was them trying to have like, basically how they have it built in with TVs right now, have that very similar thing like an Apple TV or Fire Stick or Roku Stick, where you just plug into your TV, your monitor, and then it picks up cloud gaming using Wi-Fi, and it's like a little bit, not a perfect console, but it works, it's like good enough, like through the cloud. Or just the brand new Xbox refresher, which is the 2 terabyte Xbox Series X, which is the white version, which we've heard about for a while. So either way, there is also a new Xbox being involved. Most likely, if I had to guess, the 2 terabyte white Xbox Series X. That's probably the call for me. So either way, it's obvious that both Sony and Nintendo are making both robust chip orders to ready their brand new systems for mass market release, which is very, very exciting, and I can't wait for it. The PS5 Pro is expected sometime in 2024, possibly during holiday 2024, though no one still has had the confirmation, and we are running out of time on that one, although those rumor dates are around. And then Sony may reveal the new system at the Tokyo Game Show even next month. There is also Gamescom very, very soon. I don't think we're going to see a console announced from Gamescom. And honestly, I think the biggest thing is probably going to be Monster Hunter news, if anything. But I don't think there's anything super, super big coming out from there. Also saying too, Nintendo on the other hand has maybe delayed their Switch 2 into the Q1 25 period, which runs from April to June of 2025. So basically, we still have to wait a little bit longer for that. So we'll see. We're still in this random limbo period, but based on prior PS4 dates, release dates, and with the fact that it's been around for a while, we've seen like official game listings and stuff for it. I do think the PS5 Pro is coming very soon. So give me your thoughts and comments on everything down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on and follow the Twitter and Twitch stream as well. I appreciate you guys all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all throughout today for more brand new videos.